Hi, this is Paul McGuire up in the mountains, observing nature, the seasonal changes, the autumn colors, and as I see the majesty of God's creation, nature, I can't help think about the Garden of Eden that the God of the universe created for Adam and Eve, a perfect world where they lived forever and they walked with God in a close, personal, wondrous relationship. Now, that's the plan that God had for mankind since the beginning, to live in paradise. But Adam and Eve decided to disobey God. Their primary mistake was they rejected the Word of God. And that brought about a curse, and that enabled the reptilian being, or Lucifer, who inhabited a reptilian being, to seduce them. And Lucifer, or Satan, became the temporary god of this world legally. And that's where we are now. Now, mankind really has this powerful drive, one, to be God, two, to get back to paradise. And so, as time progressed, according to biblical history, which is in fact real history, mankind tried to recreate paradise. A Nephilim DNA man named Nimrod built what was called the Tower of Babel, or Babel, and ancient Babylon, as the world's first one world government, one world religion, and one world economic system. The Tower of Babel was an astrological worship tower. It was an attempt for man to go into the heavens again and be God. In addition, the Tower of Babel was a technological device. It was an interdimensional portal allowing for the entrance of interdimensional beings. And that's why the translation for Babylon, or the Tower of Babel, means literally gate of the gods. It was a stargate. So here we are, thousands and thousands of years after Babylon was judged by God, and we look at the news going on with current events, and we see once again that mankind is attempting to rebuild Babylon with a one-world economic system, a one-world religion, and a one-world government. That is what is on the horizon right now. Now, if you have any doubt about that, simply observe current events. The Pope, representing a global religion, speaks at the United Nations, and he gives a message on the gospel of sustainable development, and you see that the world is being united under an elite globalist plan of which the Pope plays an integral part. And what they want to do is recreate ancient Babylon and bring about in your lifetime and my lifetime a one world government, one world economic system, and one world religion. And that is where we are. We're on the pinnacle of this converging right now in human history. I have written about this extensively in a brand new book called The Babylon Code, coming out any day now. My co-author is Troy Anderson, a Pulitzer Prize nominated journalist. And together we spent many years of research uncovering the clues to the Babylon Code. The Babylon Code gives extensive documentation to what I just talked about. And it talks about the transition we're in now. You see, right now, as you and I are talking, the human race, the global society, is in a hyperdrive mode. It's in hyperdrive, an acceleration, and a convergence, and we're right at the tipping point. Christine Lagarde of the International Monetary Fund talked about a global reboot of the international financial system. What do you think immigration is? Immigration is a ploy by the globalist elite to flood Europe, to flood the United States with different religious beliefs and different cultures for the sole purpose of smashing any centrality of religion and culture. In other words, break apart Europe by flooding it with conflicting religions and philosophies. Break apart the Judeo-Christian ethic of the United States by flooding it with a multiplicity of conflicting cultures and beliefs. That is being done on purpose. So, we are on a countdown, a prophetic countdown that the ancient Hebrew prophets predicted over 2,000 years ago, over 3,500 years ago, and we read in Revelation 17 and 18 about the re-emergence of Babylon. That is happening in our lifetime. You need to know why. Knowledge is power. You can't be in the dark. You can't be clueless. You have to connect the dots, and we are going to help you do that in the Babylon Code. The Babylon Code is about a mission, it's about a message, and it's about giving to you and those you love the information you need to be victorious and to understand what God's supernatural plan is for the last days. I'm Paul McGuire. You can get more information at paulmcguire.us.